Hey guys, it's Sal here, and today we are going to be doing a weapon review, the first of Battlefield 4, and the weapon in question will be the ACW-R Carbine. Now because the ACW-R is a carbine, it means that it is accessible to every class, so this is a weapon that is going to be available to literally everybody. Now, furthermore, the ACW-R is actually just the second carbine that you unlock in your progression of the carbine weapons. So right away, the ACW-R is going to be a weapon that is widely accessible at the beginning of the game, and a lot of players are going to have it available to them. So if you are the kind of player that does like to master one weapon and just use that weapon exclusively, this is a really nice feature. The carbine weapons can be used across all classes, so you can pick a gun, master it, use it for recon, support, engineer, assault, that's the last one. You can use it across all four, no questions asked. So if you are a one weapon kind of man, that is a good feature for you. So getting back on track, let's talk about the ACW-R. Now this gun boasts a ridiculously high rate of fire, clocking in at 880 rounds per minute. Now this is the fastest rate of fire you will find on a carbine weapon. So the ACW-R will kill very fast if you can land all of those shots, though landing all those shots can be a bit of a problem depending on your engagement. Now the ACW-R has a very high recoil, and as you can imagine that can be very difficult to hit targets at range when you have a high recoil gun. Now the horizontal recoil of this gun is particularly high. It has a very high pull left and right, so it is a little difficult to control those shots at a distance, but up close that doesn't really matter and you can't really notice it that much. But up close, this gun just tears guys apart. It has a very accurate hip fire, so you can hip fire all day and not even have to worry about your spread. It is extremely accurate and hip fire is very reliable on this weapon. Now the reload times of this weapon are also quite good. With a bullet chambered, it will take you 1.83 seconds to reload, and when the chamber is empty, you're looking at 2.37 seconds to reload. Now with the bullet chambered, that is actually the fastest reload time of the carbine, so really no reason to complain there. The empty chamber isn't quite the fastest, though it is pretty close, so reload time really isn't a problem for this weapon. It is very easy to kill a guy, reload, and take out the next, and so forth. Now, while the ACW-R does perform extremely well over close distances, it is still a gun that you're going to want to choose your engagements wisely, like most guns. Anyways, this gun is not very good for longer ranges, so I would choose your maps and your engagements very wisely. It is very good on close quarters maps, but as you can imagine, on longer maps, the high rate of fire and the high recoil make it a little difficult to use, so I would opt for something more suited to longer range if you are on a map like Paracel Storm or Siege of Shanghai, where you're going to have those firefights that take place over longer distances. Now as far as attachments go for the ACW-R, I tried out a few different test configurations, and I think I found a configuration that really works for me. Now, first of all, I would just like to say that the heavy barrel, well, it was very useful in Battlefield 3, kind of sucks in Battlefield 4. The vertical recoil is pretty high for it when coupled with a weapon that already has pretty high vertical recoil, and I've only used it on the one gun, but so far my impressions of it are kind of like, it's kind of lame and it's not that useful. But anyways, the barrel attachment that I had the most luck with was the compensator. Now what that does is it decreases your horizontal recoil, and this gun actually has quite a bit of that, so that is pretty useful. Though it does decrease your accuracy, I still found myself to be more effective when I was using that compensator. And as far as the grip goes, I opted for the stubby grip or the potato grip, though I don't actually have the potato grip yet, and also do not eat the potato grip. But anyways, I opted for that just because it adds a little more accuracy, and just to kind of compensate for the compensator is what I'm doing with that grip. That is essentially my thought process. So my favorite game type to play with the ACW-R would have to be Domination, simply because there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of close quarters, a little bit of mid-range, so if you're good with your mid-range, that really helps. But essentially, I had the most fun with Domination, and that is when the ACW-R is truly in its element. So overall, the ACW-R is quite a pleasant weapon to use, and I enjoy it a lot. Though it is still not good for long range, it is extremely good at close range, and hip firing is just insane. So this weapon, close quarters, is almost unmatched, and I love using it. Now something new that I want to do in Battlefield 4 with my weapon reviews is to give each gun a rating out of 5. Now these ratings are subject to change, as I still don't really know how every gun is going to act in the game, but essentially I'm just going to give you a rough rating. So the ACW-R, I would say at least a solid 4 out of 5, at least. This gun is very, very good. I love using it, and I would highly recommend it. Well guys, that just what wraps up today's weapon review of the ACW-R Carbine. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please like it, and if you want to see more weapon reviews and more Battlefield 4 content, please subscribe. There will be many more weapon reviews, tips, and all sorts of tricks to come. So thanks guys, and I will see you guys next time.